I think, I don't know. Okay, this is just so, okay, sorry guys. We're like literally transitioning like Cody into taking care of the kids. Okay. Um, so I'm just gonna start with the tracker. There this week, okay, remember I wanted us to be at 10,000, you guys. We fell a little bit short, but I don't want to just get you guys discouraged with that. We ended at 89.33 in total. Like that's where we're at, and I wanted us to be at 10,000. So this week as a whole, we did 47.98. So we were on track to almost meet our 5,000 goal this week, but we had to do a little bit of makeup because last week we did 41.35. But you guys, the only reason I'm not freaking out, because remember, this is new volume. This is all new volume. This isn't where we're at as a team. Right now, we're at like 26,600 and something. Let me look real quick. Okay, we are at 26,614. And why I'm not freaking out is that you guys, I'm sure you guys are feeling the same way. I'm over the pick 2, pick 3 deal. Like I'm just ready for normal big volume. I even started with people that were getting 2 bags of coffee and greens. Instead of doing the pick 3, I started getting them a bag of coffee and adding on the mocha dreams and making it 63 BB at the end. And they were great because they still got free shipping, and so they felt like they were getting a deal and they didn't care, you know. But I know that it's hard. It's hard to bring in mass amounts of volume when they have these. It's a great deal for our customers, but it means that we have to work a little harder on our end with bringing in customers and making sure that, you know, maybe this month we're getting APIs out of them and stuff like that to get a little bit of extra volume everywhere that we can. And so obviously that ends tonight. I really don't think that they're going to extend it. I really don't. Just it's halfway through the month. I'm sure that they're going to come out with something else tonight on the family call. But I also know you guys, it was the first half of the month, and it doesn't scare me the volume that we're bringing in because I don't know about you guys, but as soon as the 15th kicks in, there's just something that changes in me, and it's like, okay, I only got the last half of the month, and now it's like go time. I feel like everyone always the first half of the month just kind of, I don't know, we just like work our business normally, but we like being put under pressure. And now that it's the last half of the month, you feel that pressure like sinking in, and all of a sudden you're just like, okay, it's go time. Like I'm ready to do this. And so that's why, and this is gonna seem crazy. This is gonna seem crazy, but I am gonna put a goal for us to end at 20,000 by next Sunday. So basically bringing in 12,000, and I know that that's a lot, but I also know you can do it because whatever they're going to release tonight, I know is really great. Rachel was talking about it, and she said it's going to really help us. I'm not sure what that means. And then also, I just know it's the last half of the month, and we're going to be signing customers. When we're signing triple threats, they're going to be triple threat volume. You know, everyone is bringing in really good customers, and when we're signing triple threat customers, it's going to be triple threat volume. And so keep practicing. You guys have been doing so good at practicing upselling. Like use that to your advantage now that you've been learning the wording of getting people to buy 3 products. Just keep using that verbiage and tell them now that they get free shipping. Like that's the deal for them, is free shipping, you know, because that gets them over $100. Instead of doing like the pick 3 for 75, which is great, but it doesn't help our volume. So I have a goal for us to be at 20,000 by next Sunday, which I know that you guys can do. Everyone in here is pushing for promotions. And if all of our teams are on the same page, we've been doing, it's kind of crazy, you guys. We bring more volume in from Friday to Sunday than we do during the week. I don't understand that. I don't know what that is because you would think it'd be the opposite. Like everyone would be working during the week. But yesterday, you guys, and it was the same way. I wish I don't know where I have it written down that I could grab it quickly. But Saturday, Friday and Saturdays are our biggest day. Friday, we brought in 1,082, and Saturday we brought in 780, and those are always the biggest days. That's how it was last week too, and it's so funny. I know Follow Up Friday, obviously we bring in a lot of money, or we bring in a lot of volume on Friday, but then Saturday too, you guys don't chill, and I'm just so proud of you guys. We're like, let's keep doing that during the week. Like that'd be great. Mondays seem to be our slowest day. Both weeks, Mondays were like 400-ish. And so if we can figure out something for that too, then I think we'd be golden. So I'm setting our goal to finish next Sunday by 20,000. Right now we're at 8,933. new volume, and I know that we can bring in that difference. So as a team, I'm going to break that down for everyone real quick. Okay, so as a team, 20,000 minus 8933. Okay, that's 11,067 new volume that we're going to bring in this week. Divided by, we'll say there's about 20 of us actively working, like that I see consistently showing up on eSuite and stuff like that. There's about 35 people on the page, but actively like enrolling, we'll do 20. That's 553 GV a person, like for the whole week. That's nothing. Like when you guys break it down like that, that's basically, so if you do that, that's 553 GV a person for the whole week. That's starting today and tomorrow, Monday, and going till next Sunday. And if you do that divided by an average loyal, like let's do 60 GV, right? That's nine loyals, 960 GV loyals over a week's time. You guys have been doing like so good with planting seeds. I see you guys have been planting seeds. You guys have been doing Doss's new method with the new giveaway stuff. You know, all of you are part of the giveaway. I know everyone can sign 960 GV loyals in here easily. I know you guys all can. So I challenge you guys to do it and like soar way past it. So that's the volume tracker. And I hope you guys are, I don't know if you guys are liking the volume tracker. I don't know if you guys are liking it, not liking it. Hold on, I keep forgetting there's people in the waiting room. Okay, so that's the volume tracker. I will take a picture of it probably and put it up on the page so everyone can see it, but we're gonna end at 20,000. Okay, there's that. I think, okay, and then what else were we doing this week? Oh, okay, the bingo thing. Has everyone been keeping track of their bingos? Have they been doing it? Is everyone doing that okay? And is anyone, can you guys put in the comments, is anyone getting like relatively close to getting a bingo? Anyone getting relatively close? At least have like 2 of the 4 or 3 of the 4. I want to know who's like the closest, because I'm just wondering how it's going. Remember, we have till Wednesday to get a bingo, and then you have all month to get a blackout. And I got gifts this weekend. Caroline, yours was the last gift that had to get sent out, the sticky note. Cody sent it out yesterday. So yours went out yesterday. And then I got stuff, and then everyone that promoted at the end of last month, most of your promotion gifts came in. There's Jackie and Jill. I'm waiting on a couple things. So all of that stuff is coming in. Jackie has 2 left and Caroline has 2 left. Perfect. One of you guys are going to get a bingo by Wednesday. I know it. Okay. That's really what I wanted to talk about this week. I just wanted to kind of set you guys up with what we need as a team. Remember, this is like a team effort. What we need as a team, volume-wise, how we're feeling. I also want you guys to be able to unmute and kind of say what you guys are feeling this week. Do we need to have a team Zoom halfway through the week? Do we need to, like, what are you guys needing, you know, as a whole? Or if you have any ideas or anything like that. I know everyone has been super active. Pretty much a lot of people have been super active on the Push to Prez page, which I've been really excited about because I didn't know how you guys were going to be able to handle that with, I know, Freedom Over Fear and all the other chats that you're a part of. I've been really excited. Everyone's been participating in it. But is there anything you guys are needing this week, or you have ideas or Zooms that you need or anything like that? Because the more that I have and I can prepare now, I can put that stuff together for you guys, because I know everyone kind of needs different things. So whether it's maybe a private Zoom or Zoom on signing customers or Zoom on signing CTs or whatever it is, you guys can unmute and anyone can talk, or if you have any ideas or anything like that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we should do like guided power hours. I think that helps, like when we all sit down and do it all together, and that way, like, it's not just like, because I know, like, I'm really trying to use more Instagram because I keep getting blocked all the freaking time. But I think that we should do at least like one in the morning sometime, and then one at night. Like, even if it's like at 9 o'clock, we can do one from like 9 to 9:30 or 9 to 10, whatever. Just to kind of keep each other accountable. And I know that there's some people who get on for a power hour and they'll do it by themselves and then they get distracted. So if we have like that accountability, I feel like it really helps a lot.
Yeah, Jill, do you maybe want to put together a thread just for the week and people can sign up for times or something like that? And if anyone has a time, Taylor says I need a person with me. I've been really, I want to catch up. Okay, yeah, so Taylor, I'll schedule a one-on-one with you. And then if we can put together like a guided power hour thread, because it would be nice if we could at least have one in the morning and one in the evening every day for the people that still have to go to work. If we can have, you guys, I personally like I like the late ones, like 9 o'clock at night, right before you go to bed. And I feel like that's when I get really good interaction, but that's up to you guys too. I know Jill tries to do the, the morning ones when she wakes up. Guided power hours. Okay, who else? Maureen, do you have any ideas or anything that you're thinking?
No, actually, I was gonna say that too. I think we need, some guided power hours and maybe some kind of like refresher on some things.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I think my friends list is getting a little stale. But we just need to be, I think, a little more creative.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying to go out and really look at other uplines pages and get ideas and stuff like that. But yeah, it's getting a little, even especially the giveaways, because it's just the same people that comment on the giveaways every single week. You know what I mean?
Need to get some more new networks.
So, yeah. Just, I don't know, just need to do something.
And okay, so we'll just put refresher Zoom. And then Jill, do you maybe want to do like a Zoom this week, an Instagram Zoom, since you've just been, I don't know if that's like too much on you, but since you've been doing so much with Instagram, do you want to do something like that?
Yeah, I can. I mean, it's kind of like the same stuff I've always been doing, but I feel like people get so like into their own head on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that, and I could even ask like somebody, not even like on our team. I could see if somebody else, like a sideline or something, you could get on to.
Yeah.
Do it with me. That's really good at Instagram because I have a few people on Instagram who I ask for help and they make slides for me because I'm really bad. So I gotta find all these friends that can help me.
Did they get rid of, I mean, I know they didn't get rid of it and stuff, but that slides chat has been really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like coming up with new ideas and new things to put out there on the slides. I don't know.
I can make a slide thread on the push page that we can constantly add new slides to. But I mean, you guys can always add new slides to that. It's just there's not very many leaders in there is the unfortunate part, and it's just a lot of teammates, so they don't have like Lakin started that one, and I think it just kind of didn't go how she planned. So I don't know. We can look into something with that. Slides chat. But maybe even Jill, instead of doing an Instagram Zoom, maybe you just have one late night power hour dedicated to Instagram only tasks or something, so you can just show people like, okay, when you're sitting down to work your Instagram, like this is exactly what I'm doing. More than inspiration, maybe it's more like actual tasks behind just Instagram in general. Like an Instagram only power hour, because I think that might help people. And then, okay, these are really good things. I was trying to think of anything else. I'm feeling, some days I'm feeling really good, and then some days I'm like, woo, this is a little scary. But one thing I did want to speak into you guys is that if you guys are still not boxed for your promotion, you guys have to remember, like, I'm not boxed for my promotion yet either. I still need 2 more distributors and to be boxed. But if you think about it, even if even if you're one, okay, say that you need one more distributor, right? And it's the 25th, you guys only have to have 400 volume underneath that person. So even if you fill that last box on the 25th, it's not going to matter because you can easily, between you and that person, bring in 400 volume between the 25th and the end of the month. And so don't get so hung up. I feel like people get so hung up on how many distributors they need, and really it doesn't matter about the distributors because we could fill a distributor on the last day and put 400 volume underneath them, right? Like I was thinking about last month. On the last day, I had 7 customers that I hadn't moved yet because I signed somebody at the last day and I had just kept them and figured out where I needed to move them to help people with promotions. And if you think about it, like I had, I think I moved like almost 300 just to one person, you know. So if you think about that and you're signing enough customers, even if you guys don't have the distributors and you sign the distributor on the last day of the month or the day before the last day of the month, it's easy to find the volume to put there. So don't get hung up on how, like if you're not boxed for promotion yet. Like if it's the 17th of the month and you're not boxed yet, don't count yourself out for not promoting. Like that does not mean anything. Do not count yourself out. Keep pushing, because the craziest things happen at the end of the month. And you guys have planted so many seeds. You know, that's why I kept preaching this weekend is that I knew. And it was so funny because as soon as I said it out loud, like I signed 3 customers, but I knew that I couldn't get down on myself because I had been in so many conversations last week. The seeds just hadn't harvested yet, and we have to remember that. As long as you guys are doing the things, as long as you guys are in the conversations, as long as you're posting, you're getting your slides out there, you're putting up polls, as long as you're doing all those things, even if people aren't signing up yet, that doesn't mean that your work wasn't productive. You know, sometimes we get so hung up on that is that it wasn't a productive day because at the end of the day I didn't sign the customer. And it's like, well, it doesn't matter that you didn't sign the customer because you got the 10 hosted posts up, you got all your slides up, you did your post, you were in 15 active conversations. Like that's the stuff that matters. That's the stuff at the end of the day that like you planted the seed and that it will harvest. And then right after I said that, you know, I ended up signing 3 loyal customers. So don't discount yourself or don't think that you guys aren't doing good work just because you were in 15 good conversations that day and nothing came from it. You know, that doesn't matter. As long as you guys are doing the work, you're having the conversation, you are getting your hosted posts up, like that's the stuff that matters. And just remembering that the seeds might not harvest right away, but we still have, you guys, it's only the 17th. Like I keep thinking like it's the end of the month already because I just feel like this month is going by so fast. But like a lot faster than last month. I don't know why. But you just have to remember that you still have like 2 full weeks for those seeds to harvest. So if you're in the conversations, you still have plenty of time for all of them to harvest this month. Like you don't have to discount yourself. So just kind of remember those things. That's why we do the planner, or that's why we do the notebook system. That's why you can physically see, you know, who you've talked to, how many conversations you've been in, how many hosted posts you've been in. That stuff is there so that you can remind yourself that you're not doing work for nothing. Like that you actually did put in the work and that the seeds just haven't harvested yet. So make sure that you're writing that stuff down, writing your potentials down. So when it does become Friday, you can remember everyone that you talk to. Something that I do, if you guys maybe aren't having an easy time keeping track of your potentials, what I do is that I don't write my potentials down during the day. What I do is I'm in conversations all day long, and then the last thing I do before I go to bed, or like before I'm done working for the night, is I sit down and I just scroll through my messenger and I just write down the names. So instead of trying to constantly find my notebook like during the day, you know, if I'm in the middle of a conversation, a lot of times maybe I'm with Cody and we're out driving or something like that. Sometimes I don't have my notebook with me, and so I don't have a place to write it down. So what I just do is at the end of the day, you know where your conversations were. You know if you had conversations on Instagram, you know if you had conversations on Facebook. We remember those things. So what I do is I just scroll for the day, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I talked to that girl about coffee, and I write down her name, and then I put coffee, and then I go to the next person. I talked to her about the cleanse, and I just go through that, and I compile a list, and then once I sign them, I go back and then I highlight them so I can see how many of those people, those potentials I wrote down, actually have become customers. And then what's great is that you can go to this list on Friday, and you already have all your potentials written down. So if you don't have a good way that you're being able to keep track of your potentials right now, that's what I do. And I feel like it helps me so much because I'm such a pencil and paper type of person. I've tried to keep them, I do have them in my phone if they say that they're going to sign up, so a reminder goes off for me. I do that too, but I need it written down so that I can see who I've actually been in conversation with. And then I always write down next to their name what they were interested in. And I just feel like that helps me so much. So if you guys don't have a good way to keep track of your potentials, try doing this. And I do it for distributors too. So I do it for distributors and I do it for, and actually I need to highlight 2 of these distributors because they both signed up this month. But I do it for both. So you guys can try that. I really think that was it, you guys. I'm feeling good. I'm not discouraged. I know that we still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go to 50,000 new volume. We're just right below 10,000. But I know also that this is when everyone goes into crunch mode and everyone's going to start like just going because it's the end of the month and everyone's going to start hustling. And just something about your mind, I just swear, like once payday hits, it's something like your mindset just I can't talk. Switches, the thing. Switches, and you just run, sprint towards the finish line. So let's sprint every single day from here on out and act like it's the last day of the month instead of trying to bring in, customers at 11:45 on the 31st. Let's try to not do that. Let's try to just sprint every single day so that we all promote at 5 p.m. on the last day of the month. How great would that be? That's so relaxing. And then the rest of the night, you can just hustle with your team and you don't feel like you're just under this huge pressure and feeling like you might come up short. That's the absolute worst feeling. So that's just really what I wanted to talk about. I just want to update you guys where we were, reminding you guys that you have 3 days left to work on your bingo chart, and that I think that's it. And then I just wanted to see what you guys needed from me or just as a team this week. I hope you guys are liking the push page. I hope you're liking the daily just interaction. I like it because I feel like we're more plugged in as a team, because I can actually talk to you guys in person and kind of tell you what I'm thinking. And then also, I just wanted to put it out there. I know that Jill and Jackie have both gone live in the page, but if you ever feel like you guys don't need my permission, if it's something good that you guys want to talk about, I mean, you guys can ask me, but if it's something good, even if it's hey, I read this morning, or I listened to something really good and I want to be able to share it, you guys go live on the page. That's what it's there for. You guys don't need to ask me permission to be a leader. Yes, I am your leader, but I want to raise up new leaders. That's the point of this business. And so if you have something on your heart, or if you want to, even if it's a post that you want to put on there, or if you have an idea, reach out, because we're better together. I can't do this all by myself. And I want everyone to feel like they have a piece of it and something that motivates you guys. So if you guys aren't feeling motivated, we need to figure out what that is. So I think that is it. If you guys, I'll give you guys 1 minute if anyone wants to say anything else, but I think that we pretty much covered everything I wanted to talk about. Just gonna read in here. Okay, Riley said she likes late night power hours. So we'll make sure that those happen. And you guys have to remember, if you guys didn't know this, Tiffany Hurd does them every single night from 7 to 8, and they're guided. And they will be, starting this week, posted on the page every single day, so you guys remember. And so those are from 7 to 8, and then I think she even stays on from 8 to 9. But I know it's absolutely guided from 7 to 8. So you guys can hop on those too. And she does good tests. My friend's list wasn't the greatest. I did it. Oh, that's good, Caroline. Okay. Well, you guys, I think that was it. I will post this as soon as it converts. I will post it to the page, and then I will put all the stuff that we talked about in the comments so we can just remember. And so you guys know what your daily goal is. So you guys remember as a self. So you guys, I like having self goals. So I will put what your goal is. Everyone needs to bring in this week. Like I said, it's really not a lot when you break it down. And that's if only 20 of us out of all of us are working. So there is more than 20 working people. It's just there's 20 actively working people, I think. Okay, you guys, this is